Good evening. I am new here in Gaya's panel of channelers. My name is Emanul Khatkeren. I've heard about Gaya's Messiah Theatre. I saw it on Facebook and I sent Gaya a letter. I told her that I can also take part in this theatre. I like the fact that it's a theatre and it's like a theatre. It's being an artist, like being an actress and not something is, very committing. I am a channeler. I do channel. I receive a lot of knowledge. It's just that this is not what I practice on a daily basis. When I was in the Pades, when I had the shift, so I was exposed to channelings. I've received tons of knowledge. Yeah, it was like channeling on trance. It was a very strong channeling. And with that knowledge, most of the knowledge I received was concerning healing, healing techniques, spiritual healing, working with energy. So I was a healer before. I've studied a few healing techniques. But what I've received was completely different than anything I've ever studied. Most of the techniques you have, they are dealing with 7 chakras. They speak about the 7 energetic centers, and those are the centers you work with. The knowledge I received once I was in the Padas, that maybe the 7 chakras were correct to long time ago, but today people have different electromagnetic fields, different aura, different Merkava, and they have 16 chakras. I've received knowledge about the 16 chakras, and this is the teaching I do. When I teach healing, I teach all of the 16 chakras. Some of the chakras are not placed in one place. They are surrounding the body, like the moon is surrounding the earth, and the earth surrounds the moon, go around the moon. So this is how some chakras are activating your electromagnetic field. The healing technique I've created is to work with all of the 16 chakras. It is probably the only healing technique that can be used with awakened people. At the moment, if someone that is shifted will go to an ordinary healer that will work with 7 chakras, this healer will not help him. He will just lower his frequency and probably cause more damage than good. But even if he's not shifted, if the healer is aware of all of the 16 chakras and he knows what he's doing, so even shifted people can be benefited by this technique I've created. So it is channeling. However, the knowledge I've received was about healing. It's not just healing. I've received the basics of healing. Like I've figured it out. I figured out how every possible technique of healing works. I just figured out the source of it. And then I could actually create many healing techniques. I can create at least 10 healing techniques for all kinds of level. However, I created this one and it's good. And I teach way beyond chakras and okay. So I think it's good enough. I think it's enough. If students will want another technique, I can create it very easily, okay? I've understood the basics. How you manipulate energy. Now, working with chakras is symbolic. It is not as precise as people think, even though I teach all of the 16 chakras. You should relate to it partly like a metaphor, because eventually there is something beyond the chakras. Working with chakras, once you're a healer, if you're a shifted healer, most likely you won't consider chakras too much. It will not be part of your healing ritual, okay? You won't deal with that. It's not going to be what you will be doing. You'll be doing something way more intuitive, and it will be way more powerful than ordinary healer or any technique that has a structure. Way more powerful. So once I meet students that understand and they already know how to work with energy, they already know how to manipulate energy, and I understand the philosophy because I get deep inside of that. So then I teach them beyond the chakras, and I teach them how to create their own healing technique that will work for them, and maybe even later teach it if this is what they want to do in life, if they want to be healers or healing teachers. So yes, why do I say it's beyond chakras? Because at the end you heal all of their aura. Working with chakras, if this is what you do, if your technique, and this is like probably 99% of the healing techniques that work with the chakras, and only 7 chakras. Okay, so working with the chakras, once you do the healing, is like doing some ritual. It's more or less like conventional doctors. When you go with a certain disease, something is not working well, and he observes the symptoms, and it gives you a medicine for the symptoms. He's not trying even to check what is wrong with the whole body. It's only symptomatic. Okay, you have a stomach ache, take a medicine and go home. It's not healing. It can help, okay? It can help sometimes. It can help the body eventually heal itself. But it's not, it is very, very limited what they're doing, the conventional doctors, the way they are. It's very, very limited. They're not healing. No one, I would say. So it's similar. Working with chakras is like the doctors that are working with separated organs and cannot see the whole body, mind, and soul as one unit. So this is like what are the healers that are working with the chakras are doing. They take it. It's a story. It's not really a metaphor, but I tell them it's a metaphor. They won't hold on to it eventually. If you are a healer, what you do intuitively is way stronger than anything else. So this is what I do. I will speak about healing, and I will speak about healing in all kinds of conditions, also certain diseases, a combination of healing and herbalism. So I believe that if I continue coming here, this is those will be the things I'll discuss. I can also discuss the shift, but I saw that there are many others that are doing it, and I think they're more into it than me. My knowledge was surrounding healing and less philosophy, the Buddha, no, not. So I'll end this video. Time limitations. So it was Emmanuel. Pleased to meet you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.